Hi everyone, we are on the road again for yet another retro video game and toy hunt.
Well, you know about Retro Ghetto, collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo. I'm a veteran at this, not a pro. Lock into the Retro Ghetto. Come and have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples Settle. Lock into the Retro Ghetto.
Right, so we're here again. You've probably seen on the thumbnail we are heading to York today for what promises to be an amazing retro video game and toy hunt. I've got a lot of people recommending this place to me, so I'm really looking forward to getting in there. So as always, I'm going to take you guys along for the journey with me. I'll show all the footage of try and capture as much as I can in the shop. From what I understand, there's a lot in the shop, so put the kettle on, get yourselves a cup of Yorkshire, get comfortable and enjoy this trip. Now, as always, I will show my pickups once we are back in the Retro Ghetto, so stay tuned for that. And maybe on the way home we're going to find somewhere else to go as well, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this content, because we're going to be doing more and more game hunts going forwards. And yeah, enjoy.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Right, so we are in, and as you can see, it is wall to wall, floor to ceiling of retro goodness. I've tried to record as much footage as possible for you guys to really get the full tour of this amazing shop. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the footage. And here's a Spice Orange NTSC GameCube. I was very tempted to buy one of these, but as I only collect PAL, I thought better of it. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get one and maybe do a shell swap so I can play my PAL games in all its orange glory. So as always, the big boxes and the steel books have caught my eye as a magpie like usual. So just giving a flick through here, some of the special editions on the PlayStation 3. If you guys see anything in this video that you would have picked up or think I should have picked up, let me know in the comments below. I was very tempted by this Transformers set. Very cool piece to have. Not a big Wii collector, but if I was going to, I think that would be the one I'd add to the set.
Always great to see so many GameCube games. It's rare that you come across this many now in the wild. They're becoming a bit more of a rarity. Don't see them as often as I used to. And I did actually pick up one of those games, so stay tuned for the pickups after this tour, and you'll see what I got. As is often the case, guys, some of the more valuable and rarer things are in these glass Detolf cabinets. Now this first one here is full of WWF Hasbro figures. Now I know a lot of you guys are collecting these. They're getting rarer and rarer, some of these figures. But this is what really caught my eye. These Bret the Hitman Hart signed glasses. I was so tempted by these. I mean, these were just the coolest thing going when I was a kid. So yeah, let me know if you guys collect WWF Hasbro. Or if there's any figures in here that I should have picked up. Just in the background there, you can see NFL on the Super Nintendo boxed. I was very tempted by that because I'm going for a full Konami Super Nintendo set. That's me pointing it out. And I think I'm only 2 away from the silver offset. I think it's just this NFL and one other game that I need to complete that sub-series. So, should I have picked it up? Probably. But that's a life of a collector. Always wished we'd bought more. Kicking myself for not bringing home this Tails figure. I think it's Toy Biz. It was only £15. The reason I didn't pick it up is because I'm really struggling to house my figures at the moment. I'm really having to be very picky when it comes to my action figures and toys, because I just don't have the room to display them. I've got some great toys and figures that at the moment are just out of sight. So at the moment I'm sticking to games more so than figures, although saying that, there might be a couple in the pickups at the end of this video. This section for me really sort of surmises this shop and cements it as one of the best around. I mean, where else can you find this many Dreamcast games available on shelves? They're very few and far between these days. I very rarely find them out in the wild or in any other video game stores. So to see this many is absolutely fantastic, and that's testament to the owners and the guys, as well as also obviously having the more expensive stuff in the glass cabinets, as we've already seen. And that also goes for, look at all these boxed Game Gear games, Sega CD. I mean, you just do not see these things anymore. Now I love this section, being a Turtles fan and also always displaying my action figures loose. Sometimes I begrudge paying for them boxed because I always unbox them anyway, I let them breathe. So I love finding loose figures like these, usually at a good price, and this shop's definitely got you covered for that. Had to highlight A Link to the Past. For me, arguably the greatest game of all time. I'm actually thinking about compiling a list of my favourite games of all time. Let me know if anyone's interested in seeing that, and I'll try and get a video put together of what I believe are the top 10 games of all time. we are back in the Retro Ghetto. Wow, I promised you guys a fantastic video game and toy hunt, and I would like to think that I delivered. As you've just seen, it is wall to wall, floor to floor with retro goodness. What an amazing store it is. So first things first, a big shout out to the owner and to the staff. They were very accommodating. I really enjoyed my time there, and I can't wait to go back already. We had a weekend in York, enjoyed the city as a whole. So if any of you guys out there are thinking about having a weekend away, you know, you could always do what I do. I said, oh, you know, it'd be nice to visit the cathedral, have some cup of tea and cake at Betty's. There's an ulterior motive. It wasn't long before my missus was wise to that, but even she was, you know, really impressed with Sore Thumb. So yeah, massive shout out to everybody at Sore Thumb. Brilliant store, as you guys can see. So without further ado, let's crack on. I'll go through what I picked up, starting with this. Now, I couldn't leave this there. I don't know if you saw it on the video footage, but it was just like looking at me. And being a fan of Paper Mario, I recently picked up Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. I just saw this guy there and I thought, I looked into it, I don't know if you can see it, but it's official Nintendo, and it's 2004, so it is from the GameCube Paper Mario series. And they had this labelled for £1. I mean, I couldn't leave him there for £1, could I? It's like a soft foam. Not sure what it was. Maybe it was part of the Nintendo Club Reward scheme when that was still happening, because I previously had something similar to these that came from the Club Reward scheme. If anyone in the watching knows exactly what this is from, let me know in the comments. But yeah, for £1, I'm going to find something to do with that. Prop him up here so you can see him. There he is. Okay, so next. Been on a little bit of a GameCube kick lately, as if you've been keeping up with my channel and my pickup videos, you will know. And pick this up. All their games come in these bags as well, which is fantastic, even the lesser value ones like this. And it says on it, complete. So this is Turok Evolution. Now, I did have this as a kid. I love the artwork as well. I mean, sometimes when you get used to seeing things all the time, like common games like this, you kind of look past it. I mean, look at that artwork. It's fantastic. I played this as a kid, really enjoyed it. I'm not sure it's aged the best. I'll have to let you guys know once I've played it again. But you know, often these 3D first-person shooters from the early days aren't the best on the eye anymore. However, the main reason I bought this is because my son, he's 2.5 now. Yes, that's him on the end of the videos. He has a cameo, gets more love than I do. He's obsessed with dinosaurs. So if I can put this on and play it and he'll enjoy watching it, bonus, right? So if there's any other dinosaur games you guys can recommend, let me know in the comments. And hopefully I'll be able to keep him entertained whilst gaming. That'll be a nice Brucey bonus. So yeah, said on it complete, £5. I think that's a good price. About right. Lovely condition. Alright. Okay, next. Right, now this is one of them ones that was just fate. You know, sometimes being a collector, being a hunter, the planets align. Now, you might have seen this on the video footage. They had, I'll tell you what, I'll show you this first. So a few months back, I bought Saturday Night Slam Masters on the Super Nintendo. This has become a very rare game. I checked just before filming this video, and there was one complete inbox PAL Saturday Night Slam Masters on eBay, and I think they wanted 800 and something. Now I'm not saying it's worth 800, and it was in nicer condition than mine, although this one isn't bad at all. But that was the only one available, so it does show you that it's not widely available. Somebody once told me it was something to do with the licensing issue, and they had some sort of issues importing the game, so I don't know if it was pulled from the shelves or there weren't many that slipped through the net. Anyway, I managed to get this on eBay a few months ago for 50 quid, which is an absolute bargain, but it had no manual. So I couldn't pass it up on the price. However, it always annoyed me that there was no manual inside. So you can imagine my delight as I'm looking around, Sore Thumb, boom. I mean, how random is that? To just see this manual sitting there. £25 it had on it, but I kind of bundled it with something else, so we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, I was absolutely delighted to have found that.
I love the game, and it's a great manual to have. Sometimes you just want a manual just for the sake of it, just for as a completionist, you want your games to be complete. However, with this, with all the different characters, they've all got different move sets, and there's quite a lot of different moves. Think Street Fighter, but wrestling. It's a Capcom game. It's a wrestling game, but it plays more like a 2D fighter. It is a brilliant game. If you haven't played it, definitely recommend it. But yeah, I mean, to find a manual like that you need, I mean, you have to take that opportunity. So I was absolutely delighted with that. So that will be completing this copy of what has become a very rare game. Okay, and then lastly, anybody that's been watching my channels will know I'm a huge fan of Street Fighter. I'm shit at the game. I'm alright at the early ones, but I'm no good online. I'm not competitive at all, but I still enjoy it. I love the game, love the franchise, love the artwork. Now I collect Street Fighter action figures. I'll show you a shot now of my Street Fighter shelf.
Collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo. I'm a veteran at this, not pro. Lock into the retro ghetto. Come on, have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples Seto. Lock into the retro ghetto. I don't play games with my son PlayStation. Man, I old school like an Atari gamer. Tiger, living with the Tiger Flamer. This shit reality, not like Sega. Dreamcast, Mega Drive, my master system. N64 and Super Nintendo, we missed them. And if man wanna challenge on Tekken, I'll twist them.
So as you can see, I'm at maximum capacity. However, when I find some more figures that I need, I have to buy them. And I found a very rare set in Sawthorn. So this is the Armika and Zangief set by Sota, which are my favourite Street Fighter figures. The newer ones are Storm Collectibles, and they're fantastic. You know, the new figures have got all the points of articulation, loads of accessories, but for me, there's something about these old Sota figures, which I love. Now, I've already got a Zangief, but not in this colour variant. One of my previous pickup videos, you saw me pick up the Mecha Zangief, which is like a black and red version. And I've got the standard blue Mika as well. But these colour variants are quite hard to come by. In this packaging, I think it says on it, it was, I think it was some sort of convention exclusive. Yeah, it just says convention exclusive, it doesn't specify what convention. But yeah, I was absolutely delighted to find this. Never seen this before online, never mind in the wild. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to find room, or where I'm going to find room, sorry, to put those figures up. But hopefully I'll make room at some point. I might have to get a detail Ziggler at some point, get it filled with all my Street Fighter figures. It's just creating the room, but hopefully I'll be able to get them with the rest of the figures soon. So yeah, that's everything I picked up from Sore Thumb. Guys, I could have, you've seen the video footage, I could have bought so many things. It was a rare occasion where I actually went away without a specific game in mind that I wanted. I've usually got 3 or 4 on my mind that I always want, but I've been lucky enough recently to get most of the things I was after. So I was very open-minded, and with them having so much stuff on offer, you know, it was almost overwhelming, but I was delighted with what I did manage to find. Like everybody, I'm sure once I watch the footage back, I think, why didn't I pick that up? But it just gives me another reason to go back, and I can't wait to do so. So again, massive shout out to Sore Thumb. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you do, because it is definitely one of the best video game stores in the country, without a doubt. I previously said that the best video game store in the country was Vintage Gamer in Hales Owen. Shout out to Nick. Now, this is not a competition. I'm not here to say which is or which isn't better. I mean, there's no winners or losers here, but the winners are people like ourselves that get to go and frequent these amazing shops. It's a very difficult time to keep a shop open, never mind a retro video game shop. So massive shout out to all the you know, private video game stores that are still out there, that are still doing their thing, and still allow people like myself to come down and buy physical media. Listen, anybody can buy things on eBay, but you know, it's nice to have a story behind it. It's nice to go and do it in person and build relationships with people. So massive thank you to all the places I've been able to go thus far and that have let me film. Big shout out. So again, it's not a competition, but best video game and toy shop in the country, probably. Vintage Gamer specialises just in games, could be the best video game toy shop in the country, a video game shop in the country. So again, massive thank you to everybody. York as a whole was very good. It was very expensive. These are not the only games and toys I've bought. Sorry, I also bought something huge. I'm looking at it now. I really want to show it you, but I've got to save it for my pickups video. I had to carry it through York City Centre, and it's like literally this big. So I'll be showing you guys that on my next pickups video. Also, if you like sort of Mario promotional goods, I've got an amazing Mario standee that I managed to get. It's coming from Poland of all places. So hopefully that'll be here soon, and I'll be able to show you that in my next video as well. We've been fortunate enough to get out now and do 2 game hunts in a row. I've got more plans, so if you do like the content, thank you for watching, but there's going to be more coming. We're going to go to more stores. I alluded at the start of the video to go into a store on the way home. There's actually somewhere in Sheffield that I wanted to check out. However, it wasn't open on a Sunday, and that was the day we travelled back. So I will be going there soon as well for another video for you guys. But listen, everybody that watched, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Again, massive shout out to everybody at Sore Thumb. If you haven't been, make sure you check them out. They've got a Facebook page as well. They post a lot of their stuff there. They do post, so if you're too far away, don't worry about it. They'll post to you. Make sure you give them a look up. And again, as always, keep it retro. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Retro Ghetto.